Really?
G'day, cobbers, shearers and drongos.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I thought you were.
No!
Oh.
What is wrong with you? Try to get myself comfortable and then I look over and I see the red light on. It's been recording the whole time, apparently.
The podcast isn't over till the fat lady sings and the red light goes off.
The podcast hasn't started yet.
Hasn't it? Oh, okay.
Ay.
Now?
Hopefully you've got levels now.
Yeah, levels are looking great.
Roll music. Colin had a problem and a microphone to spare. Thomas took it up and so the podcast went to air. For weeks and months they trolled through every single DVD. They've unwrapped all the ones they can and now they're cellulose free. Now they're cellulose free.
Hello, dear listener, and welcome to Cellulose Free. My name is Colin, and with me, as always, is my fellow film watcher, compadre and son, who's always ready to just get in there and start. Thomas.
Hi, hello.
What you been up to?
Something between nothing and nada.
Yeah, I'm much the same. This week has been most uneventful.
Yeah, I say nothing and nada. Jet lag started up again, so that's happening.
Right.
I've been watching Game Changer and and Dimension 20 on Dropout, and those have been good.
Right.
And that's about all that's happened of note.
But they air live, do they?
No.
Right, so your jet lag is not caused by them occurring at a ridiculous hour.
Jet lag is another show.
Oh.
That's not on Dropout.
Sorry, I thought you were suggesting that you were suffering from jet lag caused by watching shows at some unearthly hour.
No, they...
Jet lag is a game show.
Yes.
From Japan?
No.
Germany?
No.
England?
From America.
America?
It's a travel reality show without a lot of the nonsense that usually comes with... Well, no, there's plenty of running.
Plenty of running?
Jet Lag, the game, is a show in which 3 Americans, and sometimes, but not always, a
Scandinavian?
A guest, play sort of board game-ish games with whole regions of the world.
Okay.
At the moment, they're playing hide-and-seek in Switzerland.
Do they have a Scandinavian guest at the moment?
No.
Oh.
No. This one is a sort of classic round-robin, catch one, next one goes type deal. And it's looking fun so far. The next episode will go out at time of recording at 2:30 in the morning.
Right.
Which is fine for me.
Because it'll cause jet lag.
No, it won't. It's fairly normal. And then at the end of the week, the US goes on to daylight savings time, so the further episodes will go about at 1:30 in the morning.
That's positively early, that is.
Yeah.
Wow. You won't know what to do. You'll start cooking in the kitchen at 3 again.
Again? I don't think I stopped. I don't think I stopped. And the Dropout shows continue to be comedy, improv, goodness. And I enjoy that, so...
Excellent.
But no, between nothing and nada from me.
Okay. I met up with a friend who I've not seen in almost 30 years. Mm-hmm. So this was a mate of mine in my early teenage, pre-teen years. We were good friends and got up to all sorts of mischief and craziness. He is my coming-of-age, real-life character, I guess. Oh, look... If my mother knew what we used to get up to, she would be horrified and mortified. But she doesn't, and she won't, because I'm not going to divulge it here either. What else? The Deranged Cat has been particularly deranged in the Deranged Cat studio due to the fact that for the last couple of days, there has been a bird in the flue to our wood heater. It has dropped down the flue from up on the roof and refused to come down because that's really its only option. You can't climb up the flue, but there's a kink in the flue and it had perched itself there and made its presence known, but also was beyond reach. So it was a case of wait and a couple of aborted attempts to attract it down. And but this afternoon, just prior to recording, there were signs that it had actually made it into the firebox, and the rigmarole to actually get it out of the firebox. There is a couch actually against the...
Yeah, we haven't actually used the wood heater in at least half a decade for layout reasons.
Yeah. So our backs are actually against the fireplace, the wood heater, and I was fully expecting to have our podcast interrupted all through it by fluff, 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 fluff. But no. So had to pull the sofa out from in front of it and a couple of trestle tables that are behind the couch and block up the one doorway that doesn't actually have a door in it, but want to reduce as much the room to as small a size as possible so that the bird does not poop everywhere. And also had to ensure that the deranged cat wasn't in the room, because very soon after we got the cat and we got a bird in the flue, hilarity and scariness ensued because I didn't realise the cat was in the room that time, and I opened the door to the fireplace and out fluttered the bird, and then whoosh, this blur of grey and brown fur, and it had it in its mouth. Coco, the deranged cat, had the bird in the mouth, and I grabbed the cat and removed bird from mouth, and off flew the bird out the window. So I need to open up a couple of windows for the bird to actually make an exit. Fortunately, cat wasn't in there this evening, and after it realised, I can finally get out, did a hop, skip and a jump, and then flew straight out one of the windows without slamming into them, which has also happened and is quite unpleasant. That's my eventfulness of the week. That's it.
Been breaking some ships?
Oh yes, I've been playing Shipbreaker. That's been... I'm still... I do enjoy it, but I can see myself ultimately getting bored with it. I mean, there are hints of things that you go searching for whilst you're breaking up these spaceships to improve on a ship that you've been given yourself. But I'm not sure whether it's happening quick enough, and I'm not sure whether I've picked up the techniques that I actually need. You know, there are times where things blow up and I've got this feeling that I should have known that that was still connected and what have you. So, yeah.
And it's not fast work either.
It's very, very slow. If you're wanting to get as much money, you've got to separate, the light bulbs from the ship, from the panels. It's laborious work, but it's still fun, and I quite enjoy the whole three-dimensionality of it. It was interesting. The first time I saw it played was a friend who probably won't hear this podcast, so I can probably dob him in. But watching him play, he was still very much grounded in the floor is down. And I very quickly realised that, look, it doesn't matter. You're in this empty ship in weightless space. It doesn't matter whether you're facing down or up or left or right. There is no up in space.
You just need to know where the ship is and where the salvage points are.
Yeah, that's right. So I think I've got the flying around technique down pat, and quite enjoy the flipping myself up and around and over and under the exteriors, and yeah, it's good fun. Anyway, we have a film to watch.
We do.
What are we watching today?
I don't know, because you have the disc case. I believe we are watching the film adaptation of Berkeley Breft's Sunday Comics Only follow-up to Bloom County.
We are. Yep.
About 8 years before that comic came out.
Thomas, what are we watching today?
We are watching Outland.
With Billy Connolly.
No, that not quite.
No?
No.
Something like that.
With Sean Connery.
Yeah, they're the same person, aren't they?
No.
No, okay.
No, not
No,
not even remotely.
One's still alive, and the other isn't. All right, Thomas, would you tell our dear listener what the film is about if you can read the back of the case?
Oh yes, lovely. They've chosen a display font for text.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
And they've printed it in white on light grey.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I gave it to you.
Yes, because I, with my glasses, can actually see. Io, Jupiter's innermost moon, hosts mining colony Con-Am 27, a high-tech hellhole. There, Marshal William T. O'Neill probes some mysterious deaths among the miners. In pursuit of the truth, he's alone. And then it's all self-congratulatory.
It's so well written.
More than half of this blurb is just telling you how great the film is.
It's full of unaccompanied minors.
Ah, great. The disc that we have here is old enough that the special features list interactive menus.
Excellent.
And scene access.
Good.
Such novelties.
Thomas is going to rip that disc out of its case because it is unwrapped. He's going to slot it into the disc player and we're going to watch it and then we're going to come back and talk about it. So we shall catch you on the flip side.
Turn to side B.
No, there is no B. There is no up. There is no down. There is no side to side.
The second side is down?
No, the enemy's gate is down.
Yes, and the enemy's gate is on the second side of the podcast.
You mongrel.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
It is a fairly bog standard conspiracy thriller that happens to be set in space.
See, I'm more of the high noon in space.
Mm-hmm.
Where the clock ticks down for the bad guys to rock up on their horses or shuttle to face off against the marshal and no one in the town is ready to back him up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Very much a cowboy film.
Doesn't really change my opinion of it. It's alright, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I do note there are a number of deaths in this film, and you and your brother laughed every time someone died. Every time they inflated and exploded.
Or were chucked out a greenhouse.
The colossal amount of damage that did.
And completely unremarked upon anywhere else in the station.
Yeah. I mean, there is absolutely no way that the station could function without that greenhouse.
But nothing.
Nothing.
No alarms at all.
No.
Everyone's still having fun in the leisure lounge.
Well, I guess we'll just be having frozen food for, let alone the atmospheric conditioning that the greenhouse probably provides as well.
When your whole point is productivity, if that is your stated goal, then having hitmen shooting up a greenhouse doesn't really achieve it. Doesn't get you there.
Now, there were only 2 hitmen, weren't there?
Yeah.
Were you expecting more to rock up?
I was.
When they all came out of that shuttle, which seemed to change dimensions as far as capacity was concerned, and the lift capacity, I don't quite... Suddenly all these people poured out. I was thinking all of them were hitmen that sent a whole army, but no. Spoilers, people.
2 guys stop before the turn off.
Oh dear. Yes.
Stop before the turn off, right in full view of the security cameras that the person in charge of security for the station definitely doesn't have access to.
No. These cameras, I should point out, are quite large. traditional security camera type arrangements that you would think that possibly anyone who's trying to track someone down without being tracked themselves would take out as a first priority.
These are not discrete cameras at all.
No.
They're the typical big box with a lens on the front.
Yeah. I can't remember whether they had a flashing red light on them.
Oh, they might have done.
But they really didn't need it. They were so blatantly obvious where the security cameras were. They were not hidden cameras at all. And there were only the two hitmen after the vibe was that they were sending their best men. I was expecting a whole posse coming in, but no, just the two. But then, of course, there was one more guy he had to contend with. And the soundtrack was by Jerry Goldsmith, who can get quite excited. That final face-off, the music was far, far more excited than the actual final face-off. It was such a non-event, really.
Two men slowly tumbling down an artificial hill.
Yeah, it's just... And so I think I was expecting then to have the boss level after that. And there was no boss level.
No.
Smacks out the boss guy and that's it. Well,
the boss guy, I don't think throughout the film struck me as someone who was big on action.
No.
Very much all talk.
It is amazing how the type font of a film's opening titles age a film. And this certainly is a case in point.
Very blocky, angular, unicase.
Futuristic.
For anyone who's wondering, unicase just means mixed upper and lower case at the same height.
Yeah.
Which I only know because I dabble with fonts occasionally.
The other thing I chuckled about was the introduction, the computer typing across the screen. I can't remember. Did it go?
I think it did.
Sure,
yeah.
It probably did.
Anyway.
But I-O.
Yes.
And then in brackets.
I-O.
How to pronounce it. It's I-O. Yes. Well, that was a film.
It was.
All I remember when I saw it the first time, and it would have been on television, probably on a little tiny black and white screen, in pan and scan for television, because it would have been a television broadcast. All I remember is that it was high noon in space. And my opinion certainly hasn't changed. I could not remember anything else other than there was a time where Sean Connery would have to face the bad guys and no one was there to help him. I didn't remember a family or anything. I am concerned, and maybe wrongly so, maybe I'm being really nitpicky here, but when you consider the accents of the parents, as in Sean Connery's character and his wife character, and the accent of their son, I know that this kid has probably been around a mixed bag going from station to station or whatever he did.
Space doesn't have an accent.
No, but he had a very, very cheesy American accent. And Sean Connery's accent, and his wife was very British, and the kid was only 11 years old. Most of any accent that a kid that age would have picked up would be from his parents.
Yeah.
So, okay, I am being nitpicky. So whilst I'm doing so, I should also mention that of all the films, and there are a lot of them, that have space helmets that are filled with lights, so that you've got Buckleys of being able to see, I think this film raised the bar entirely. It was just a string of Christmas lights.
You know how a one-way mirror works? It's by just having a piece of glass and putting all the lights in the room that you want to interrogate people in.
That's right.
And that's what you've done here. You've created a one-way mirror.
Yeah. No hope whatsoever of seeing through those things. But this just raised the bar entirely. Very unmuted lighting inside the helmet. Very average,
Yep.
but it was still fun.
Yeah. This is all right.
Yeah. I am assuming that they explained away the gravity in the station as opposed to the gravity outside the station. Differentiation the same way that everything else does, because science.
I don't think they even bothered explaining it, to be honest.
No. I certainly didn't hear them explain it, but there was certainly a difference between the gravity inside the dwellings as they ran around, tom, 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 and outside.
Oh, yeah.
Bouncy.
And then they have tiny pockets of localised no gravity in the jail cells.
Yeah, good. Or upside down gravity, or who knows.
We have to have a visual of blood dripping upward. We have to have it.
What is interesting, and I don't know whether it may well have been a case of budget or what have you, but the same director 3 years later directed 2010, which I have quite a soft spot for, and
I certainly enjoyed it more than 2001.
it's certainly a lot less cerebral. And you don't need someone to join any dots for you. But I love it. But when you compare the effects 3 years apart, again, it might have been budget that was different, but 2010 still holds up very, very well. And this, it had its moments, especially when you had matte images and the camera pulled back. The shaky... It looked really, really shaky.
There's some lovely matte and model work in there.
Yeah.
It's just the shame that the camera can't stay still.
Do you have anything else you wish to say about that film?
No.
No? It's getting toasty in here again.
It is.
So we shall move on.
The following segment has no title. Thank you.
We will start over on Discord with Entuosferatu,
Hi, Entuosferatu.
who says, I've never seen A Few Good Men, but that scene/quote was certainly all over TV ads at the time.
It was funny, I was speaking to my wife and she had no idea that I had not seen it. But we have certainly in this house, on more than one occasion, used the phrase, you can't handle the truth, before any of us had seen it. When he has seen it, yes.
He continues, re Leica, they are more local to me than Seattle. They had likely a very similar exhibit for a while at the local science museum, OMPSI in Portland, Oregon, and I saw it then. If the Mopop one is the same or as good, definitely worth seeing.
Right, I'll head over now then. It's actually, this day is the 4th year anniversary of me landing in Seattle.
And then doing almost nothing that you had planned.
No, but I certainly didn't plan to go to Mopop, so we got to do that.
Over on YouTube, Dunkel
Hi, Dunkel.
says she's been to Mopop a few times and it's pretty great.
Cool. I will go again then.
Over on Twitter, Angel
Hi, Angel.
says, glad to hear that you guys enjoyed the animatic, but also when I said that the audio was from a while ago, August 2022, I went, oh, wasn't that just a few months ago? Turns out it's been almost 2 years. Time is really weird.
It's wibbly wobbly.
Finally, before we get to the guesses, M
Hi, M.
says, cellulose free, not actually being cellulose free. I've been scammed.
Oh, no.
Obvious sarcasm is obvious.
It was. Quite. I should point out and reiterate that the disc we watched today was unwrapped.
My next two
But not watched.
films, my next two films are very much wrapped and sitting in a box in my room.
Hiding.
Which will bring us to the guess.
The guess.
Yes.
What, singular?
The one guess that 5 people gave, including E of Pie,
Hi, E of Pie.
who only provided a guess.
That's all we hope for.
And so,
Anything is a bonus.
along with Entos Fratu, Dunkel, Angel, and M, everyone has guessed for Goodman.
For Goodman?
Yes, for Goodman.
For Goodman?
And we'll get back to that in a moment. Dunkel's guess on YouTube came with a translate to English button. For Goodman,
Yes, translated to English.
Spelt as you'd expect, FWGDMN, of course translates to for Goodman. Spelt as you'd expect, FWGDMN.
How do they spell it in Swedish?
I don't know, I don't have a translate to Swedish button.
Oh. If any of our dear listeners in Sweden can provide that information, that would be much appreciated.
And in response to Ev Pai's guess, Entos Fratu posted the 9th Strongbad email in which the term for Kowagods was introduced.
I should point out here that I had to search for this.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas does provide me with a screen grab of...
Yes, I probably should have linked below.
Yeah,
but
give me an actual link next time. Thank you very much. I had to... What did I do? Oh, I hit my little square button on my phone that said search within this screen, and it grabbed the text and I highlighted the link and...
Right.
Yeah. So it wasn't that hard. So I should stop complaining.
With all of that having been said, everyone has guessed for Goodman. Is it for Goodman?
Drum roll, please.
Yes. Yes, it's for Goodman.
Yeah, of course it's for Goodman.
What else was
For
it going to be?
goodness sake, what else would it be?
Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah, good on you. You all get a...
Arbitrary points.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a point. You have a point. And you have a point. Oh, hang on, there's two more. Just wait. And you have a point. And you have a point. Okay.
Thank you, Oprah. Good luck with this one. It's 7 letters.
Yes.
So presumably,
Ooh.
you only have to knock out one of them.
Yes. I'd get rid of the Q.
Mm-hmm.
I should point out that Thomas looked down to
Well-
see how Outland is spelt.
Well, I can't actually see the word Outland.
He still
anywhere
looked
here.
down.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you for all your input, and yeah, good luck guessing what happens with the 7-letter name Outland being condensed down to
6 or
letters.
fewer.
Or fewer. Let's move on.
Pick a film for next week so we can go to bed.
And it's your turn.
It is my turn. And because I have not dragged out the case, and I have not entered it into the database yet,
Yeah.
I need to find myself a synopsis, which been sort of lax on of late, but
I will say so.
part of that is us being too hot to remember it.
Yeah.
Melting again.
And I don't want the TV series. There's your first hint.
Oh.
There's a TV series.
Wow.
Okay.
It's Bonanza, isn't it?
It is not Bonanza.
Oh.
This film, recalling that there's a loose theme here of the flexibility of the truth, this film is from 1996,
Right.
and it is a crime film,
Mm-hmm.
and the cover of it has sort of a cross-stitched look to it.
Would you believe
Yeah,
that after I said Bonanza,
yeah.
this is the film that I was going to suggest it was? If it is the film that I believe it is, which I actually watched. Oh, I streamed it somewhere, so apparently it's no longer streaming anywhere.
No,
if it is what
if-
I think it is.
If it had been streaming, I wouldn't have gone out and bought it.
Let's see how far I go at guessing this.
You know, that's a very weird thing to have said.
It is. Would the film that we are watching next week be Fargo?
It is Fargo.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
We're going to have little Coen brothers.
We are. Excellent. We hope that you can join us next
Hold
week.
on. Stop.
You went to the
Think.
bother of finding a plot synopsis.
I did.
So let's have a plot synopsis. And on that note...
Jerry, a sales manager who must repay a loan, uses 2 henchmen to kidnap his wife so that he can demand a ransom from his rich father-in-law. But the plot's clumsy execution leads to trouble for him.
Yes, it does. Next week, we are watching the 1996 crime Coen Brothers
Black comedy.
Fargo. We hope that you can join us. But until then, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
You have been listening to Cellulose Free. Your hosts were Colin, who produces and edits the show, and Thomas, who makes the artwork and music. Cellulose Free is recorded in the Deranged Cat Studios in scenic Tasmania, Australia. We keep track of our extensive physical media collection through My Movies, which we highly recommend. You can find links to that, as well as other places you can find us in the show notes. Cellulose Free is a Hi Hello production.
Do you have anything else you wish to say about that film?
No.
No? It's getting toasty in here again.
It is.
So we shall move on.
It's really, really not helped by us having turned off the air conditioner and fan before.
Now. Okay.
I need to adjust because I'm sweating and things are sticking to other things. It's not good.
That's for the Christmas reel.
Specifically, my back is sticking to my shirt, is sticking to the couch. No, not that one. The other one.
The other one. Yeah, you need the other one. All right.